If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please consider hitting the like button. It really does help the video out, even if I don't deserve it because I'm terrible at video games. And if you want to follow me on Twitter for absolutely no reason, the link for that is down below. If you do need any coins, head over to u7buystore.com. Use the code TVM at checkout for a discount. The link is in the description. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Brentford save. Liverpool have dropped points against Manchester City. I was there. I attended the game. I'm taking this a little bit too seriously, I think. To be fair, I do that quite a lot. I'll go and... But I'm really sad, actually. I don't know why I'm telling you, but I feel like I'm going to. We played the day before, and we played Spurs, and we beat Spurs 3-1, I think it was. I don't ever attend a game that I can't realistically get to. This is so sad. I'm such a role player as well. But obviously, the next day, it would have been easy for us to travel from London up to Manchester that night, stay in a hotel, go watch the game, come back. Or go up and come back in the same day. It wouldn't have been a problem. I wanted to watch Liverpool play Chelsea, I think it was. But we were at the opposite end of the country. The game was literally just after we finished. The game would let you go. But in real life, there's no way I could have made it there. So I didn't go. Anyway, sad, I know. But it's what I do. So anyway, they dropped points. Erling Haaland single-handedly clawed points off Liverpool. Because Liverpool were fantastic. Adeyemi had a goal disallowed. He scored a very good goal. He assisted Salah. He was playing very well. Liverpool were very well-oiled. And they were playing well. Man City, all over the shop. They were terrible. And they still somehow got a draw. Which is slightly concerning because our next two opponents, Manchester City and Liverpool. Beat Luton Town 5-0, beat Leicester 3-1, and we beat Spurs 3-1. Scoring 3 is becoming a bit of a theme this month. I kind of hope that is the case against the next two sides. It is 3 days before we face Manchester City at home, which is a big advantage, and then we have to take a trip up to Anfield, which I am not looking forward to. Something I have to deal with before we get into that Manchester City game is a brand new signing that will be eligible to play in those two games, and I think I probably will take him up on that as well. You can see his name just at the very top of these news articles. We are the favourites to beat Man City, apparently. Apparently we have to respect Laporte. Arrieta joins us. He's a striker as well. Not bad at all. Bought him a little while ago. Guess what? Can't get a work permit for him. Fantastic. Basically a Colombian wonder kid. Only £425,000. I loaned him back to the Colombian side that I can't pronounce. Pronounced? Barranquilla, maybe? No idea. 7 goals in 17 games, 1 assist. Not bad for an 18-year-old. But, no work permit. So, unfortunately, can't play him. I need another striker. I'm playing the 4-2-4 a lot, and we can't sustain Sesko and Firmino because I need to use Talismagno Magno out wide and Rafinha as well. Don't keep wanting to have to rotate them. Zaniolo sometimes comes in, but he's often either suspended or injured. I needed a striker to come in and rotate. So what better striker to buy than Dusan Vlahovic? I can't say his name properly. PSG stuck him on the transfer list. Not because they wanted to. He requested the transfer. It's going to cost us 50 million in total. 30 up front, 20 over time. And I am going to give them 25% of the future profit. Now, that isn't necessarily something that I like doing, especially that high. I do maybe 5-10%. I never really go more than that unless I know full well that by the time it comes to sell him, I probably won't be in this save anymore, or if we do decide to stay in this save, I will not be Brentford manager, so I couldn't really care less. But we have signed Dusan Vlahovic. Now, I am going to call him Vlahovic. If it's pronounced any other way, I do apologise, but that's just what we're going to say. So, we need to send him on an intensive language course, because apparently he doesn't know how to speak English. How the hell he got on in France, I don't know, because he can't speak French either. Let's register him. Oh, he's injured. For 2 weeks. Well, that's a new occurrence because he wasn't injured when I did the medical. I didn't personally handle the medical, but still. Let's give him a squad number. Doesn't want anything specific. We can't really give him anything desirable either. Let's just give him a boring 19. Why not? He kind of strikes me as a guy who would wear 19. Don't know what number he wears in real life. But there we are. We won't be able to play him against Man City or Liverpool, which is very unfortunate. But we do have a striker for the very back end of the season. I think the biggest problem we're going to have, and the thing we need to do, is keep Erling Haaland quiet. Haaland. We need to keep him quiet. He is the only player in the team that I fear. I hate Pedro Porro as well, because he just always seems to be there putting good balls into the box, and Haaland in the box is a nightmare. But Kimmich comes back for the first time in I don't even know how long. He's had around 45 minutes of football over the last 2 games. I've brought him on as a sub to try and build his fitness. Jude Bellingham, I don't know why, but I'm preferring Milinkovic-Savic to Jude Bellingham recently. And I'll tell you something else as well. I've just given him a new contract because, why not? But Declan Rice, I'm not a massive fan of him, I think if I did this save again, I don't think I'd buy him. He's fantastic, sure, but his stamina is always a problem. Even though he's got 17 stamina, him and Kimmich are always fitness concerned. I mean, to be fair, he does play an awful lot of football. He very rarely has a break. He's played 20 times this season. But, he's nothing amazing. Like, his mental attributes are fantastic. He's got good physicals. Not amazing, but good physicals. And his technical ability is decent, don't get me wrong, but it's not as good as some other players that are on the market right now. I've just given him a new contract for 150,000 a week, which is an increase of around 55k, I think. So, a lot of money, not worth anywhere near what we paid for him. Probably could get around what we paid, to be fair. But, I don't know if I'd bother again, to be honest. It's a weird one. I could play Bellingham instead of Milinkovic-Savic. I really could. But Team of the Year, Milinkovic-Savic, he's just phenomenal. And he gets, some important goals. He's got 9 goal contributions in 17 games. Jude Bellingham has only 4 in 15. He just doesn't really get that, far forward. I could potentially play Bellingham and Milinkovic-Savic in the middle, because the only thing I think he does that's deep line playmaker support. I've got him in there on the defend. No, he's not on support. He's on defend, actually. So we need someone who can tackle, pass, and then who has obviously very good mentals, which all 3 of the players have. In terms of tackling, Declan Rice is definitely the best. I'm very tempted to play Milinkovic-Savic and Declan Rice in the middle together. Haaland, Felix, and Raheem Sterling are the front 3. Phil Foden, Luka Sucic, don't know who he is, Kulusevski, Topic, Laporte, Ruben Diaz, Tariq Lamptey, who is awful, by the way, but they I don't know why they play him. I went for him. Man City came in, he went for Man City. I'm so glad he did, because he's just not very good. And yeah, Jack Grealish on the bench, why not? Ferran Torres. Pedro Porro isn't playing and he's not in the squad. Happy days. I just don't like playing against him. I'm not a fan of it. Haaland's a bit of a nightmare, don't get me wrong, but at least we don't have to play against Pedro Porro. Here we go then. Big game. Liverpool play Wolves away from home. Wolves are a very good side, so that hopefully will trip them up. They've just dropped points to this team, who were terrible when I watched them. Let's hope that they're terrible here as well. Then again, they were terrible and still got a point, so that does give you some indications of how good this side is. Sesko rounds the keeper. That's what I like to see. Doesn't do it very often, just slaps it straight at the keeper sometimes. Firmino is the worst for it, but some composure there from Sesko. He knows Vlahovic has just signed, so he probably has a little bit of a doubt in his mind whether he is going to be the player that has to give way. I don't have one specific favourite over Firmino and Sesko. I think they're both very good, so I'm not bothered. It's going to be a rotation job, regardless of... It's going to come down to fatigue and whatever it may be. Liverpool are winning. Cristaldo with the goal against Wolves. Not really a surprise, but I was kind of hoping that Wolves would put up a bit of a fight. I'm hoping that Man City are not. There's Sesko in again. Rounds the keeper one more time, but he does look offside. No need for VAR. He was indeed offside. 17 minutes in, we've started the game particularly well. I like this. Livakovic comes out just to tap it to De Ligt. I never understand that. Neuer does it a lot for no reason. Bellingham dinks it forward, nods it back down from Laporte to Ederson, and they're going to have a chance to build from the back again. We're well positioned though. We've got a good setup here. I just remembered we're playing Bellingham as that deep line playmaker, which may be a good thing. The negative thing about that is I've just given Rice a new contract as a star player on £150,000 a week. And if this Bellingham, Milinkovic-Savic system works, then Declan Rice is going to be in rotation, which obviously he's not going to be a big fan of. Magno on that far side, ball into Firmino, nodded down to Rafinha, couldn't quite steer it goalwards. This is one of the longest highlights ever, and that was the highlight. We have come close to scoring a couple. Liverpool are now 3-1 up straight away again. Jude Bellingham needs to come off. Fantastic. So we had 30 minutes of experimentation. Milinkovic-Savic with a free kick. Oh, what a save from Ederson. Milinkovic-Savic, by the way, scores some absolute rockets. I mean, wow. Some of the goals he scores, they are just unreal. I'm not going to do it just yet. I don't know if it said... Oh, he said he might even be able to play through it, so I'll give him till half-time. And then we might look to bring Declan Rice on instead. Yuri Ferreira not really good enough to be doing this. Sesko is onside. He doesn't quite have the pace to tear away from the defence, and he goes for goal with a terrible effort. Ederson down to his right, barely down to his right. Wolves scored to make it 3-2. Then Liverpool have made it 4-2. I'm not looking forward to playing against them. And we have been pegged back. That came from absolutely nothing. Haaland into Felix. And it's 1-1. Oh, man. That was nothing. Kimmich throws it, and the defender doesn't react. Haaland just plays it in and goal. We switched off. That's what happened to Liverpool when City played them. Liverpool literally did nothing wrong, bar the 2 goals. They shut off for a split second. A Man City were in, and that's the kind of team we're playing. Not particularly very good, but alert. And then when they do have their chance, they take it. Haaland with a free kick, left-footed over the bar. Is Haaland left-footed? I thought he was right-footed. I might be wrong. I've got no idea. I've never really looked into it. I just assumed he was right-footed. Liverpool still 4-2 up, which is to be expected. Really want to beat Man City here, because if we drop points against anyone, I would like it to be against Liverpool. If we lose to anyone, I would like it to be against Liverpool, because I don't really see us beating Liverpool, if I'm honest. So I'd like a win here, because I do not believe we can beat Liverpool. Sesko with the ball in. Magno forced wide. Brings it back. Kimmich with a... Oh, what... I mean, I love him. He's been so good for us all season. That is outrageous. And when you need a big goal, you need a big player. And they don't come much bigger, price-wise, not in stature, than Joshua Kimmich. Magno lays it off, and that is an absolute rifle effort into the top corner. That's his first goal of the season, and it's only his second goal contribution in the league. He's been woeful when it comes to crossing and all the rest of it. Not very good at all. Defensively, sound, but anything else from him, not so much. We are starting to fall apart here in terms of fatigue. Ironically, Jude Bellingham, the player that I was going to have to bring off because he's taken a knock, is the only player in the team that actually looks okay. Liverpool have made it 5. That game is done. Oh, I was about to praise the boys, but we have a highlight. For those who don't know, if you praise them, it doesn't happen until after the highlight. So if Man City score and we praise, we've just praised a goal conceded. There could have been a ball played through there. Firmino has it. Can he square it? No, he goes for goal. That's what Firmino does. It's so frustrating. He could have squared that to Sesko and it would have been game over, but he didn't. Barisic with a corner. It's cleared and it comes to João Felix. Not enough time on the clock for them to do anything, hopefully. 3 minutes of stoppage time. We're wasting time. We're watching the clock tick down. I don't like this. 20 seconds to go, and I swear, if they score, it's a sign. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, Livakovic, you absolute madman. Here's Firmino. That should be game over. 8 seconds remain. Barisic, Rice. Plays it to Shaqiri. He's got room. Sesko's in. Goal. Game over. Good night, Irene. Thank you very much. Livakovic, I mean, that is one of the most outrageous things to do ever. He came so far out to get rid of that ball. And it actually resulted in a scoring on the counter. But that made me panic. Sesko with the outside of the right foot. What a goal. And what a way to win. I'm happy with that. If we lose to Liverpool now, we've still got a 4-point advantage. Welcome to the biggest game, not of the season, of the save. This is the biggest game of the save. That Man City game was huge. This is colossal. If we win this, it will open up, I believe, a 10-point gap with maybe 10 games to go, something like that. There aren't many games left. And we will have every single advantage known to man. We've played all the big teams bar Chelsea. Wolves can be classed as a big team, but having just watched what Liverpool did to them, I'm not that worried anymore. We do have a suspension to Tanguy Nianzou. Unfortunately, he's picked up a yellow that rules him out for this game, which is unfortunate. It would have been nice if it was for the maybe Wolves or any other game. But Godfrey's going to come in. Now, Godfrey is better defensively than Osifo, who our other option is at the back. I could play Declan Rice as a centre-back. I'm going to refrain from doing that for now. So Godfrey's going to be there as a cover ball-playing defender, so he doesn't need to be as quick, but he has the strength and he has great defensive capability. De Ligt is going to be as a standard centre-back. The rest of the team is the same. I'm sticking with Bellingham, Milinkovic, Savic in the middle. I don't really feel like it was tested that much, and Bellingham did pick up a knock early doors, so I'm not sure how it's going to play out. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing how well that works out. Declan Rice hasn't been playing that well recently anyway. Then again, neither has Bellingham. Bellingham, I can't get happy. Like, his morale is always quite good. It's never, yeah, I'm glad to be. Never. Doesn't really care. Anyway, biggest game of my life. Here we go. Strong Liverpool team. I mean, obviously they were going to bring their first team, and obviously they were going to bring the strongest team possible, and obviously they have a strong team. Otherwise, they wouldn't have won 3 Champions Leagues back to back to back and be challenging us for the league, and won it last year as well. So, yeah, lot to take into consideration here. I did toy with the idea of going into this one all guns blazing, and I also toyed with the idea of going into a defensive shell just to try and come away with a point, because a point is a good result as well, really. But no, we're going to stick with it. I'm going to have faith in the players, and we're going to stick with our 4-2-4 that is used to smash everyone. Here's Sesko. I love him. I absolutely love him. 27th goal this season, 16 minutes in, and Anfield erupts. Kind of. The corner of Anfield erupts. The rest of it, not happy. What a ball that is, by the way. Barisic looks up, has a little think, and plays the ball of dreams into the path of Sesko, who apparently can use both feet. Who'd have thunk it? He is primarily right-footed. There's no way of knowing, to my knowledge anyway, of how good the left foot is. It just says right foot or left foot. And then if they can use both, it says either. But I don't know, if there's any in between. It's either, I can or I can't use it. I'm not sure. I've seen it on different skins, like the level, like the ability, but on this skin in particular, which is just the FM skin with an instant result tagged onto it, it doesn't tell you, which is a little bit frustrating. Anyway, enough waffling. Ball in to Salah. What a save from Livakovic. He looked offside anyway, if I'm honest, but the referee said play on. Livakovic has been one of the signings of the save. Barisic is definitely number one, but Livakovic is up there. £10 million. What a goalkeeper. At half-time at Anfield, we lead 1-0. It's been quite boring. I'm alright with boring. We've had one shot, we've got one goal. I am pleased. But there is 45 minutes of pain left to go. I was about to praise them. Alisson comes out and retrieves the ball, throws it to an open Fabinho who has room to run into, plays the ball over the top to Diogo Jota. We need to recover, and that is awful from Jota, which in real life I would be moaning about right now, but why are you sad? You're winning 1-0 and I've praised you. What is going on? Oh dear. I've upset everyone and I don't know why. Do I encourage? 62 minutes in. I think it's probably change time. Adeyemi plays it to Jota. Back to Gomez. Henderson. Ball in. Cleared. And offside. Well, that is the weirdest highlight I've ever seen. What was the point? Who cares? Let's go and have a little look at the team then. So Kimmich, frustrated by the feedback. I mean, take that with a pinch of salt. Milinkovic Savic could come off here, and I think he probably will. Declan Rice will come on. We'll switch those two around, because Rice is the more defensive of the two. Zaniolo looking maybe to come on here, maybe instead of Rafinha. And then swap those two bad boys around. And we'll go with that for now. we've got 25 minutes left. We do need to be a little bit aware that something may go against us. We've had far better second half than we have the first, which is always nice to see. Adeyemi looked like he could come off here, which is big news for us because he is a very good player, but they are going to replace him with their second highest goal scorer. Here's Cristaldo, who is on. Jota, oh, it's De Ligt who's given them the goal. Oh, my days. It was going wide. Jota has been terrible, but somehow they've got themselves a goal. Now I can encourage. Now I know it'll work. So Gomez throws it. There's Cristaldo, feeds it through to Jota. That shot is going wide, and De Ligt just pings it in. Like I said, though, I would be happy with a draw. So the question... I mean, obviously, I would like a win, but the draw is fine. The question is, do we play for this draw, or do we bring on someone who can actually get us a goal? And I'm looking at Thales Magno, and I'm thinking Xherdan Shaqiri or Curtis Jones, both of which former Liverpool players. And Curtis Jones has had very few chances this season. Now's your time to shine, my friend. I don't think I want to do anything too drastic in terms of the tactics, but let's see if Curtis Jones can come on and against his former club ruin everyone's lives. We have 8 minutes left. I did say before the game, a draw is fine. I just do not want to concede in the last minute because that would be heartbreaking. I mean, anticlimactic or what, but I'll take it. I am more than happy. We've cancelled each other out and we share the points. It is a massive shame that the way that they've scored is an own goal through De Ligt. I'm not going to hold it against him because he's obviously gone in there to try and stop the ball, which is fine. He's just been unfortunate and put it towards his own goal. But a point, which leaves us 7 points clear. We do actually have 15 games left. We're not as close to the end of the season as possible. But if we had won that game with 10 points between us and the way that we've been playing, I feel like it wouldn't have been done and dusted, but we would have been in such a strong position that even if we'd lost 3 games, we still would have been a point ahead. And we've only lost 1 game all season. So I feel like we would have been in a very, very good, strong position. We are still in a strong position, don't get me wrong. 16 points clear of Chelsea, which is mad. The amazing thing, of course, is that had we not been that good this season, Liverpool would be clear and with absolutely no competition whatsoever. Liverpool would have won the league by now if it weren't for us competing. So, interesting. I think we have a long break now, actually, before our next game. I can't see it on the horizon. 8 days before we play Wolves, which is a nice long time to rest and recuperate. The whole Bellingham and Milinkovic-Savic in the middle thing, it's all right. I'm not a massive fan of it. I don't know. I'll keep sort of tinkering away and see if it improves. I suppose they would need time to play and gel, but... what a start. So the remaining game... What a start? What a couple of games. I mean, I would have taken that before we started. I really would have. It's a shame we couldn't beat them, but I definitely would have taken it. Did we? We beat them in the league 3-2 at the very beginning of the season. We smashed Man City 5-1 and then we drew 3-2. So I wouldn't say that we've gotten worse. They've just improved. And playing away from home really doesn't help either. But fair few games left, none of which, apart from Chelsea, which, by the way, the league should be wrapped up by then, hopefully anyway. Chelsea are the only team that I really fear of dropping points against. Man United, possibly, but Chelsea in particular. The rest of it, honestly, should be straightforward. Is anything ever straightforward in football? No, but we'll see what happens. When we come back, where do we come back? I've no idea. Maybe Arsenal, Man United. We might skip ahead quite a lot here. We'll skip both of the Champions League first and second leg. I'm not bothered about it. Like, I would like to win it, and I am going to field a good team. But we are the champions. We've done that. We've won it. So my focus is the league. You know this. So I'm not going to show you that. Hopefully we'll come through it, and we will actually go forward into the quarterfinal. But we're going to come back for Arsenal, and we're going to come back for Man United, and we're going to see where we are in the league. Hopefully, Liverpool have dropped points, and we've dropped none. Wishful thinking. If you have enjoyed that episode of the Brentford Save, do me a favour and hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until the next time, goodbye.